I'm trying to stay focused. You must think I got to be joking like this. I don't think I can wait. I just need it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kendra if this is your first time here. And in this video, we are talking about an everyday makeup look. Yes, girl. Either back to school, back to work, or even we just going to a brunch or maybe a light little dinner that we meet with our friends or whatever the case may be for you. So don't forget to continue watching this video and let's just get straight on into it. So right now I'm gonna do my Gots to Be 2-in-1 brow gel. This is what's gonna make my brows sit in place all day. Gonna get these in. You're basically just doing this to kind of put your brows in place so that they won't move, but also it gives you enough where it looks very, very natural and you'll be able to see your brows so you can fill them in certain spots so you won't do too much. I already prepped my skin with a moisturizer and I'm using Natasha Dewy Cream. And also I'm going to be using One Size Secure the Sweat, and I'm only going to be using this in the T-zone because girl, I only get oily in my T-zone area. I have oily combination skin. So I want to get rid of a lot of this oil that's going to be right here in this area and right on my nose and right in the middle of my forehead. I want to make sure. Then I'm going to go in with the REFY primer. This one I'm going to use on the rest of the skin. And this is gonna go everywhere else on the face. Because the rest of my skin is normal. So this is all I really need. And since we're gonna be going back to work, we know that we don't need a full-on beat, okay? So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna use the Urban Decay Face Bond Foundation, and this one is in number 35, Deep Warm Neutral. And as you guys saw from my last video, if you watched it, I got it on my shirt and it's really hard to get out, so I'm just gonna use this little tank top so I can do this beat, okay? Because girl, y'all saw how that ended, okay? So we're gonna put a little bit here because we're just going to work or going to school. We really don't need a whole lot of product because we just want to act like we went there and this is just how we look. Now we're gonna go in with a flat top brush. This one is just a regular brush that I ended up getting from Morphe. This is the M557 brush, and all we're gonna do is just kind of blend this in a circular motion while we move, because what a lot of people don't realize is you really don't need a whole lot of product, and you just do a nice circular motion. And when you do a circular motion, I'm gonna leave you with a airbrush finish and not add so much product. It's gonna be just a minimal product because we're not trying to do a full beat. This is just something we're gonna do every single day to go to work, go to school, anything like that. And if you have some teenagers who, you know, want to wear a little bit of makeup going to school, this is like the perfect beat and perfect foundation. And on top of that, this is a self-setting foundation, so you don't necessarily have to set it with powder if you are not a oily girl. Like if you're like a dry girl and you don't really care to do a lot of powders, this is probably the best foundation for you. So this is gonna make you look so super natural. A helpful tip: if you have darkness underneath your eye and your foundation has a little bit of red to it, you can literally color correct with the foundation instead of adding a whole bunch of product. Like, I hate adding a whole bunch of products. I just want to go, the less product I can use, the better. So now we see what the skin is giving. It's giving nice, it's giving simple, it's giving natural, not a whole lot of product at all. So now I'm going to go in with LYS's Triple Fix Full Coverage Concealer. This is what the product looks like. That's what it looks like. So with this concealer, pretty much this is literally one shade lighter than me. Like, it's not doing a whole lot at all. It's literally just doing just a little bit of product. So it looks like I did a little bit. So it looks like I woke up and I didn't have to do too much. And this is, as much as they say it's full coverage, girl, you can make this very much medium. Like, you do not have to do a lot with this at all. Like, if you're anything like me, I have to have a little bit of brightness under here. Like, when I'm going out to well, not clubs, but when I go out to like lounges and things like that, I really want a really bright under eye. But because I'm going to work or going to school or anything like that, I kind of want to keep it very simple. So while this sits and let it set in just a little bit before I start to really blend that out. I know a lot of people want to do a contour and they're just kind of like, I don't want to do a heavy contour, but I still want to look contoured, if that makes sense to you guys. Like, I'm one of those girls where I love a good contour, don't get me wrong. But if I'm going into the office or I'm just going to school, I don't need to do a full-on beat, right? So why would I go through all of these extra steps to go to work? Like, when I could just do something real quick and cut some corners. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the Say cream blush, and this one is in Poppy. This is a nice natural color. It just gives you a nice flesh tone color, kind of like, hey, I'm smiling and I'm not doing too much. It's just a little bit of coverage, a little bit of color, and it's just giving that, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my blush as a contour, and I'm gonna show you how that's gonna look. I smile a little bit and always smile down, bring it up forward. And what's happening here is you're going to use this as your color so that it gives it the appearance of, I'm gonna contour my cheeks and make them look like they're full on up and everything like that, but it's gonna give contour, okay? It's gonna give the illusion that it's contoured. But instead of using the dark ones, I could just use a nice flesh tone color, you know? I'm gonna go in with an angle brush. This one is a Japanese brush. It's an angle brush, so you already know it's giving the contoured effect, but we're just not contouring. We're just going to give ourselves an illusion contour, okay? So this one I got for like $2-3 at, I wanna say TJ Maxx. So what you're gonna do is take this, you're gonna smile a little bit, bring this up towards the hairline, and as you're smiling, you're gonna start to see that this is going to give you a nice high cheekbone effect, with also giving you some color and some dimension to the face. Now, I know when you're looking at this, sometimes it may seem like, oh my gosh, that's just like a lot of color. You have to remember, you do have to set this, and you still have to, you know, do your, you have to blend in your concealer underneath the eye. So don't give too much, don't worry. It's gonna look like a lot at first, but it's not gonna give what you guys think it's gonna give, okay? It's gonna give very light, very modest. It's not gonna give too much, okay? I know it looks crazy right now, but it's not gonna look like that once we get everything blended in, okay? So right now, if you wanna use your sponge or you wanna use a brush, you can definitely use that. This one, I'm gonna use this Absolute brush. I think I got this from the beauty supply store. I like to use this underneath the eye to kinda set underneath here, because it's very flat and it moves fairly quickly and it buffs amazing. And this brush, I think I spent like $2 on. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, you see how this is just giving a very nice natural highlight? That's what we want. We don't want to be doing too much to go to work. Like, I just feel like it's just not necessary, like, at all. So gonna use this little color here, and then of course we're gonna get our highlight ready, and this is what we're gonna do. Blend it out just a little bit, and this is gonna give cutesy. You guys see how the skin is giving skin? Yeah. It's giving real cute, real simple, simplistic, like it's not giving a whole lot. It gave the coverage that you need without having to do all the color correcting, highlights, like we're not even doing all that, okay? Like, I'm gonna set my under eye with the Micro Smooth Powder in 56 Mahogany Tan Neutral. I'm gonna set underneath my eye, and I'm gonna use this fluffy brush right here, but we're gonna give our under eye one last little dab just to make sure everything is blended. I'm gonna set this just a little bit. Start from the outside and work our way in. Make sure to get right in there. Then I'm gonna go in with the One Size translucent powder, and we're gonna set right here in the middle. We want all of this to be as mattified as possible, but we still want to show a little bit of naturalness to it. Like, we didn't do too much, right? And on top of this powder that I already used, the micro smooth powder, I'm just gonna dust a little bit of this neutral powder right on top. Just a little bit of this translucent powder, just a tad. Go in with the Studio Fix foundation powder, and this is MAC, and this one is in NW45. So I'm gonna take a cute fluffy brush, nothing too much, and we're gonna go in and we're gonna set the rest of our face. And I do go on top of the blush just a little bit, just so I can have that already preset so that I do not have to worry about it later. So I'm setting the blush and I'm setting the foundation as well, even though I don't have to set it for real. But because I know that I am oily combination, my oil is going to come out eventually, and I want to give it a little bit more of coverage or a little bit more of that powder so that it doesn't look extremely oily, you know? Now I'm going to take the same concealer that I use underneath my eye, and I'm going to use this just to give my brows a little bit of a highlight with this Sigma brush. This one is a E55, but you could use any type of shadow brush that you may have. And when I say we're just using it right underneath the arch of the brow, that's it. Like, if you want to clean up your brow, cool, but I just got my brows done, so I really don't need a cleanup for real. But I just kind of like to make it as sleek as possible. So you see how it gives a natural highlight right underneath the brow? That's what I like. I don't like the whole white color thing going on underneath the brow. That's just not me. I don't like it. I've never been a fan of it. Now I can go a little bit lighter in the brow, maybe like a shade or two lighter than me, but I never want to go anything lighter than that. So we're gonna go right on this side underneath this brow. And we're just gonna clean up right here without doing too much. Because remember, we're not going to a club, we're not going to a party. We wanna look like we barely did anything. Everyday makeup, girl, every day. Now, if you do have dark lids, you can definitely take the same concealer and you can just go across here, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. So if you do have darker lids, right, you just take a little bit of your concealer, or you can use the same foundation that you used, which is already on the brush that you use from your foundation. You can either use that one, or you can just kind of tap it all over the eye so that your eyes are giving one color. Because sometimes I hate to see that. Sometimes when I see women do that, they leave their eyelids dark and then they have like this white space right here. Like, I just do not like that. I would rather you have one shade on your eye, whatever your foundation color is, or whatever concealer you use right here, just put that all the way across the lid. Everything looks cohesive. You see how now that looks very cohesive? That's how you want it to look. If you don't plan on doing anything with your brows because you're like, listen, I'm going to work, I don't want to add that much product or anything on there, you can go back in with your one size powder and that same foundation brush that you used, and you can just take a little bit of that powder and you can just set your entire lid with it. That's all you need to do. You do not have to add eyeshadow. You don't have to do much. Like, this is all you need to do. Just so you look a little bit more on the polished side. That's it. You do not have to do a whole lot for it, right? You're gonna see how I highlighted my nose so that I can get that contoured effect. This is the best way to do it. The same powder that I used to set my entire face with, you're gonna use this same powder, right? Skin tone color powder. And you're going to basically fake contour your nose, okay? Because this in the middle is lighter. Okay, it's lighter. So either way it's going to stand out. Either you use a contour powder or you use your foundation powder. It's still gonna give like you contoured your nose. It's just gonna give that, because this is always lighter. So if you use your foundation color and you're darker than your highlight color, then baby, you could just add a little bit of that and you fake contoured your nose, girl. Fake contour, okay? Now, if you're a girl who has extra time and you want to contour your nose, then by all means, get you the other powder and you can contour it. But we just trying to do this on an everyday basis right now, okay? So this is what we're going with. Now I'm gonna go in with my Morphe pencil, and this is in Java. And all we're gonna do is just kind of fill in our brows just a little bit. I like to start from the middle and work my way towards the end of the brow. That's it. That's all we need to do. And then, you know, just do little strokes on the inside. If you have less hair than I do, then of course you can do a little bit more filling in if you need to. But with me, I have a very substantial amount of brows, so I don't really have to do too much. I just like the crisp looking effect. So this is why I just kind of outline it just a little bit. And then just fill in just a little bit. Then you just take a little bit of your brush and you kind of just, very lightly though, brush a little bit. Because the product that we use, the Got To Be, it definitely can turn white. So you just want to do it very, very lightly. Or you can do it where you do not use that right here, but you use it on the rest of your brow so that you're able to brush the front and make it look as natural as possible. I'm gonna go in with the NYX liquid liner. And when I say that we are going to use a very, very, very thin line, that's what we're gonna do. Because we're gonna add a little bit of lashes. So of course we want this line to be as thin as possible. Because we just don't want our band showing. And honestly, I don't go all the way in here because I feel like it kind of gives the appearance that I went in that far, even though I didn't. Same line on the other side. Now we have this line, and the line is just to hide the band that we have when we put our lashes on. So I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Great Lash. This is literally just to color, just to give my lash some plump and also make them so that they stick in place so that when I pop my lash on, they are going to blend extremely, extremely well. Now, if you're not a lash girl, then girl, just use the best mascara that you have and kind of just keep your look just like this, add a lip, and then you're done, okay? So, but me, I need a little lash, okay? So I use the same one on my clients as well. It's a very natural lash, everyday lash. This one is the CF109, and this one is the La Flare 3D lash. This one is a very natural lash, not too long, not too small, nothing. It's just like a very, very natural fluffy lash. Okay, so let's see, I'm going to measure it first and then I'm going to apply. So this lash actually fits my eyes perfectly, so all I'm going to do is pop on some lash glue and I'm going to pop my lash on and we'll be back. Okay everyone, so the lashes are on. Okay, so we're gonna be using the Charlotte Tilbury lip cheat, and this one is in Pillow Talk 3 Intense. This is what it looks like right here. Okay, so as you guys know, I am a overdraw top lip kind of girl because girl, my lips are not like Rihanna's, okay? They are not pronounced at the top, so girl, we gotta make them precise. When I tell you guys I love this lip liner, it goes on so smooth. It barely breaks when you sharpen it. And on top of that, it gives you like the perfect line, okay? And it dries matte. Now because, you know, it's daytime, it's simple. We just trying to keep it like, girl, okay? So we're gonna go in with Makeup by Mario and we're gonna go in with Midtown. This is like a cute, natural kind of pink. So we're gonna go in with that. And I want to say this is like a satin pink. You can either go just like this. I know it looks a little weird on camera, but in person it looks so much better. So I'm going to add a little bit more pink right here at the top. There we go. Then we're going to go in with the Who, one of the best lip glosses that I am in love with right now, which is Fenty Beauty in Fussy. This is the one that is one of those girls, okay? You just put her on and she going to give you what needs to be done, okay? Look at that. Ooh, Yes, God. Yes. Oh. Oh. I love this lip combo. Oh my God. Do you guys see this? I love this. Now, just so we don't get this on our teeth, we're gonna take just a little piece of this, right? And take it right from the middle without doing your whole lip, just literally in the middle, right? Look at that. So this is the look. We're gonna take a little bit of this Morphe spray. We're gonna spray our face, girl. Woo-wee. So now you're gonna take your fan and fan your face out, girl. Alrighty, so this is the look. Let's get this hair together and I'll be right back. Okay, so I want to thank you all for watching this video. I hope this is something that was a good step-by-step for you. I hope that you are able to understand and get everything that I was trying to explain. I've tried to do it as best as I could. Don't forget to tell me what was your favorite product, a product you might want to use, and also tell me what was a part that you were struggling with when doing your makeup, and I kind of answered that question. Let me know if this helped. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to your girl, and I will see you guys in the next video.